Zabit Magomedsharipov versus Calvin Kattar takes place on the main card of UFC Fight Night 163 Moscow. It's going to be a huge one. Calvin Kattar, Zabit Magomedsharipov boosted up to the main event on short notice. Calvin Kattar was offered 5 rounds. He said yes all day, every day, because we know that favours him. Because Zabit has no cardio. Zabit was offered 5 rounds. He said no thank you, his knee. And they just went, okay, well, we're not going 5 rounds in the main event, and it just fucked over the entire card. Fucked over the timing for the UFC. Zabit must know that the cardio is an issue. I hope he can get it resolved before he has to fight guys like Holloway and the Korean Zombie and Brian Ortega, but I don't blame him. 5 rounds sounds shit. So I'd much rather go 3 if I can. Very smart one of Zabit. Very smart of him. I think he's going to win this fight. It's a game of options, is MMA. MMA, mixed martial arts. Who can mix the most is basically what's going to go on here. Calvin Kattar is going to come out and try and box with Zabit. We know that. We have no idea what Zabit's game plan is going to be. Calvin Kattar is going to come out and box. Okay? He's a good boxer and he's a big guy with a big punch, coming off a big KO win over Ricardo Lamas. It's a decent win. It's not the same. It doesn't have the same ring to it as it did maybe 3 years ago if you beat Lamas. Like when Holloway beat Lamas. Lamas was a monster. When Chad Mendes beat Lamas, I believe he did. He was a monster. Yeah, it doesn't have the same ring to it, but Calvin Kattar's fucking dangerous, man. And Zabit can be hit. He does get hit. Bokniak was kind of putting on him now and again, but he was doing a good job of surviving in the 3rd round when he slowed down. I think if Kattar can take this to the 3rd and really put some pressure on Zabit early, he can maybe win this one in the 3rd and get the finish. Kattar also has a win over Burgos. Even though it was a bit of an early stoppage, he was chewing up Burgos and then just flattened him with that combo. And we've just seen how good Burgos is last weekend at 244 against Makwan Amirkhani. He destroyed him in the 3rd round. He's on the tear. So Calvin Kattar's looking real good right now. And if he can win this one, it's going to put him in a real good position. And I would like to see the winner of this one take on Yair Rodriguez. In the meantime, let's keep these guys busy. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. But I think Zabit's got this one. Options. Mixed martial arts. He mixes the most. Kattar's going to come out and box. If he can't box, keep trying to box. That's all he's got. That's all his coaches are going to say. Hey coach, I've tried boxing. It's not working. Okay, round 2, we're going to box. That's what we've got. We're going to box, but we're going to try and box a different way. That's all they've got. But if Zabit goes out there, doesn't like it on the feet with Kattar, alright, we're wrestling then. You know what I mean? Like, he has that option. Kattar, I don't see being able to smush Zabit on the ground. I can definitely perhaps see Zabit smushing Kattar on the ground. Kattar's a savage and on the feet and very dangerous. This might be an upset. Who knows? Who knows? Zabit cuts a lot of weight and Kattar hits fucking hard. So, it could go wrong. I think Zabit's going to manage this one. I think he's going to stay on the feet. I know Kattar has a weakness to leg kicks. That was kind of exposed in a Renato Moicano fight. Ricardo Lamas was actually chewing up the leg in their fight as well. But then he started adjusting to it and getting out of the way. But I just feel like Zabit's there's a clear game plan for beating Calvin Kattar. Leg kicks, wrestle him if you want, tire out the arms in the 1st round, and then go from there and pick him apart from range. Okay, he's going to try and box with you. And he's very heavy on the lead leg. With Zabit, there's no like clear game plan for Kattar to win here. He's going in there and he's going to have to try and figure out with his hands. And if he can't do that, he's at a disadvantage for the rest of the fight. And that's all it is. I think Kattar could definitely win. He has the capabilities of shocking this one in the 1st round. He's a game motherfucker as well. I like Calvin Kattar. Win or lose, his stock goes up here. And I want to see him fight anyway, so I don't know, man. I like Calvin Kattar. I like that he was meant to fight in Boston. They took that away from him. He was meant to. Now he's fighting in Zabit's hometown. He said yes without any question whatsoever. Now they move up to the main event and he says yes to 5 rounds, which is definitely where he's going to thrive if he can survive till then. Kattar has a chance if he can make it to the 3rd and maybe try and put something together because Zabit slows in the 3rd round. And let's be honest with Zabit here. Whose resume is better out of the 2 of them? Zabit has one name, Jeremy Stephens, on his resume that looks good. He has no other ranked opponents. Calvin Kattar has beaten Shane Burgos, Andre Fili. These are recognizable guys. Ricardo Lamas, Chris Fishgold. Maybe not the best win, but still a win nevertheless. Chris Fishgold's got a decent record. I think he's at 18-3. He's pretty good. You know? These are okay wins. And he's been on a tear and he lost to Renato Moicano, but he bounces back. But with Zabit, I mean, it's kind of just Jeremy Stephens, Brandon Davis, who's now an unranked bantamweight on a 2-fight skid, Kyle Bokniak, who's now hasn't won since the Zabit fight. Okay, Shaman Moraes, who's now on a skid, and I think he might have even been out of the UFC. I don't know about these wins, man. They worry me. But I think Zabit's got what it takes. He's a big fucking guy. Calvin Kattar's a huge fucking featherweight, 5'11", but Zabit's going to tower over him at 6'1". I just think he has more options. He has more tools. This is like picking, if I could relate this to a prediction, it would be like picking Dillashaw over Garbrandt. Garbrandt's got the power in the hands. He can shut things off at any second. Dillashaw's got the mix-up. You know what I mean? What are you going to bet on? You're going to bet on a sledgehammer of Kattar or a Swiss Army knife of Zabit. I'm going with Zabit. I think he's going to get the job done. And after this one, I want to see the winner face Yair Rodriguez. And perhaps the loser take on Jeremy Stephens if it's Kattar. If it's Zabit, maybe he can take on... Let me just look up some rankings right now. Let's see here. Featherweight rankings. Anyone coming off a loss in the top 15? Let's have a little look. Who can he fight? Masad Bektik needs an opponent. Needs a comeback fight. So the loser of this one can take on him. There you go. It makes sense. Winner takes on Yair. We'll see what happens. But I think I'm going with Zabit. Like and subscribe. Click that button there. Goodbye. Goodbye.